Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Humankind achieved powered flight in the early 20th century, yet almost immediately realized that the skies were already inhabited. Birds had always occupied this space, and their presence quickly emerged as a serious obstacle for aviation. Collisions with birds happened even during the era of propeller-driven aircraft, but the arrival of jet engines made the issue far more critical. In 1911, pilot Eugene Ely was killed when a civilian aircraft experienced what is considered the first bird strike to result in a fatal crash. Bird strikes typically occur without warning and at low altitudes, leaving pilots with almost no time to respond. Between 1985 and 2016, 36 U.S. airmen lost their lives because of bird strikes. During that same period, 27 aircraft were destroyed, costing the U.S. Air Force nearly $1 billion. Consequently, the Air Force continues to develop and implement multiple methods to keep birds away from air bases and runways, especially in low-altitude flight zones. One such system is used at an air base situated in a region with one of the largest bird populations in the United States. Despite its relatively small footprint, JBSA Randolph encounters significant challenges due to its dense tree coverage. Known as Tree City, USA, the base lies within a lush, heavily wooded setting. This abundance of trees draws large numbers of birds, greatly increasing the risk of bird strikes. To tackle this problem, Randolph enlisted Mike Pacheco, a specialist from the United States Department of Agriculture, to help maintain a bird-free flight line. His strategy depends on a multi-layered and flexible approach. At Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan, another USDA Wildlife Services representative, Benjamin Allen, participates in the Bird Wildlife Aircraft Strike Hazard (BASH) program. Allen works to keep the airbase free of birds using systems that make the environment uncomfortable for them. And if all other measures fail, the birds are removed through lethal means. He conducts acts of hazing, harassment, trapping, and uses pyrotechnics. Pyrotechnics are deployed with pyro pistols or shotguns. Another technique involves using the bird's natural predators against them. At the Šiauliai Air Base in Lithuania, home to fighter jets assigned to the Baltic Air Policing Mission of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Polish falconer Michał Bien, together with his falcons and hawks, is responsible for suppressing wild birds. Discover the fascinating story of Michał and learn about the traits of his birds that make them ideal for the job. Michał Bien can regularly be seen flying his falcons and hawks to keep the airbase clear of wild birds. At bases such as Ellsworth Air Force Base, a system that utilizes propane, which is ignited to create loud bangs, is employed. The bird cannon system is largely automated, and operating costs are far lower than repairing or replacing aircraft or even pilots. After the initial installation expense, the bird cannon has proven inexpensive to operate each year, making it a cost-effective solution. Daily, it continues producing loud blasts and frightening birds away during critical moments. Bird strikes are even more hazardous for single-engine aircraft. A video shows a military training jet interacting with a bird just before crashing into a Lake Worth neighborhood in September 2021. On the first anniversary of the accident, the Chief of Naval Air Training released the cockpit footage. The Navy T-45C Goshawk was on a routine training flight from Naval Air Station Kingsville near Corpus Christi when it collided with a large bird while descending about a mile north of Joint Reserve Base Fort Worth. In the video, one of the pilots can be heard uttering an expletive before cockpit alarms activate. A pilot reported over the radio that they would attempt to reach the runway. He then informed air traffic controllers that he would not make it and was ejecting as the jet rapidly descended toward the neighborhood below. Both pilots ejected from the aircraft just seconds before it crashed. According to police, one pilot was found severely burned and tangled in power lines by his parachute, while the other was located in a nearby neighborhood. Despite damage to 3 homes, no one on the ground was seriously injured. Both aviators were hurt, but have since fully recovered. Because of the dangers posed by bird strikes, aircraft are designed to withstand them. As part of the design process, bird strike tests are conducted. Using specialized air guns, these tests simulate bird strikes by launching dead birds at high speeds. These air cannons rely on high-pressure air to reach velocities that replicate real-world bird strike conditions experienced during flight. The procedure begins by placing a dead bird, typically weighing around 4 pounds, into a specially built sabot, which is then loaded into an air cannon. The cannon is aimed at the airplane canopy, which is firmly secured to a test rig. When fired, the high-pressure air propels the bird toward the canopy at predetermined speeds that can reach several hundred miles per hour, reproducing the impact forces encountered in flight. During the test, high-speed cameras and sensors capture the collision to gather precise data about damage and stress distribution across the canopy. Engineers use this information to evaluate the canopy's strength and its ability to endure such impacts while ensuring pilot safety. More examples of bird deterrence are still employed at Geneva Airport in Switzerland. One method involves placing spikes across areas where the presence of birds and their nests could lead to hazardous bird strikes. To encourage birds to nest elsewhere at Geneva Airport, artificial nesting boxes for house martins and common swifts were installed at some distance from the runway. This has reduced bird-related risks and supported the survival of these protected species. The existence of grasslands near airports creates a fertile habitat for wildlife, such as buzzards, falcons, kites, and other birds of prey, making it an attractive hunting ground. Keeping the grass as thick as possible can help limit their presence. Conversely, tall grass can provide shelter for mammals, and grass mowing, in general, promotes biodiversity. This maintenance is carried out both during the day and at night, particularly near the runway, to reduce wildlife concentrations and associated concerns. Let's take a look at how it is done at the Royal Netherlands Air Force's Gilze-Rijan Air Base, which is one of the largest clients of the Robin anti-bird radar system. This technology is being installed in military ports and training facilities, including Vlieland Municipality. The radar has a range of several hundred meters, allowing visibility far beyond what binoculars can provide. The system displays the entire airfield and surrounding area, including bird movements over the runway. They use this information to monitor bird behavior throughout the seasons, decreasing aviation safety hazards. The radar is one of the few devices that operates in 3 dimensions, enabling them to determine both the bird's location and their altitude. This capability is extremely important to the Royal Netherlands Air Force. Birdwatchers use this data to intervene directly when necessary. This system assists in organizing and executing activities to repel birds, making aircraft operations safer. Lasers are another method of controlling birds at air bases and airports. The AeroLaser handheld is used to prevent bird strikes at Frankfurt Airport. They ensure that nature, airport operations, and air traffic coexist peacefully. Frankfurt Airport is surrounded by a natural preserve, forests, a river, and 2 lakes. It also contains the region's largest uncultivated grassland. The abundance of food, shelter, and nesting opportunities attracts a wide variety of bird species. Their ecological policy aims to make conditions difficult for unwanted birds. When biological measures fail, they employ other bird control tools, such as fireworks, shotguns, and loudspeakers, alongside the AeroLaser. The Bird Control Group trains employees to use the AeroLaser, which is effective over long distances of 300 to 600 meters and includes a horizon safety system to prevent blindness. The AeroLaser reduces response times and can quietly repel birds from runways. It is particularly effective against ground-dwelling birds such as herons, starlings, and pigeons, ensuring safe airfield operations while minimizing disturbances. Until technological advancement provides a foolproof method of repelling birds, systems ranging from loud sounds to birds of prey and lasers will remain necessary. Bird radars offer some warning and help improve understanding of bird life around air bases. At present, there is no single effective solution. The most reliable approach is to employ a combination of methods to keep birds away from aircraft. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.